Imagine being at war with someone for over 3 centuries and not even realizing it. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, that's exactly what happened between the Netherlands and a tiny group of islands off the coast of England called the Isles of Scilly. This might just be the longest and possibly the most peaceful war in human history. Let's unpack this bizarre story that started in the 1600s and technically didn't end until 1986 to understand how this 335-year war began. We need to go back to the English Civil War in the mid-1600s. At the time, England was divided between royalists, who supported King Charles I, and parliamentarians, who wanted more control over the monarchy. The Isles of Scilly, located off the southwestern tip of England, were a royalist stronghold. And the Dutch? They were allied with the parliamentarians. But here's where it gets weird. In 1651, Dutch Admiral Martin Tromp sailed to Scilly, demanding compensation for Dutch ships destroyed by royalist privateers. When he didn't get what he wanted, he declared war, specifically on the Isles of Scilly. But here's the kicker: not much happened after that. No battles, no casualties, and when the parliamentarians took over Scilly shortly after, the Dutch pretty much forgot all about it. Except, no one officially ended the war. It was just sort of left open for over 3 centuries. This war sat in historical limbo. No battles were fought, no treaties were signed, no one cared. Until a local historian in the 1980s discovered the oversight. He contacted the Dutch embassy, and in 1986, a ceremonial peace treaty was finally signed. 335 years after the war technically began. Play clip of a handshake or historical reenactment footage if available. It was probably the most peaceful war ever recorded, no violence. Just a paperwork delay lasting centuries. So what can we learn from this quirky piece of history? First, even the smallest conflicts, if left unresolved, can linger far longer than intended. It's a reminder to close the loops in our personal and professional lives. Second, communication matters. A single declaration of war without follow-up created a historical oddity that lasted longer than most empires. And lastly, sometimes history isn't just about bloodshed and conquest. Sometimes it's about absurdity, irony, and forgotten paperwork. If you found this story as bizarre and fascinating as I did, smash that like button to help more people discover this forgotten piece of history. And if you love stories where history meets the unexpected, make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell. We've got more coming your way every week. Drop a comment below. What other weird wars or historical oddities do you want to hear about next?